Okay, in this case, we got a couple of different scenarios that I have to explain in that situation because you have different types of men. You have different types of men that may want different things. And I can just go off of certain things that I know. So, you know, a man gonna basically choose a woman who he possibly can see himself with. Now, just as sure as a woman trying to see if she can be with him, he's choosing the same thing. And if he chooses not, he don't know, or he just playing games, then it's just gonna be what it is, just him playing games or whatever. So with that being said, the woman has to decide if this man playing games with me, then to either end the relationship, or like
Make
I
him
said,
aware.
use him for what it is until the next man come in your life that's gonna treat you the way that you want to be treated. Then you got a man that's, like I said, you have men that's actually looking for a wife. And if you see a man looking for a wife, then okay, he's just looking for the qualities that he has, and he wants in a wife, and that's any man's own specific reasons. Everybody got their own reason, and it's just like off of it can be off of looks, it can be off how what type of person she is, her personality, and just personal traits or whatever the case may be.
Okay, well, that leads me up to this conversation, which I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm going to mention it now. Because, at first I was going to talk about it, but I think sex is a topic. So with that being said, because sex brings on emotions. It really do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can be feeling a person because, y'all sexually, compatible and this, that, and the other. But then outside of the bedroom, he may not have all the qualities. Like, just give me your personal opinion. I wouldn't say that, we're just speaking in general on things because, this is a man's point of view and this is a woman's point of view.
A man, and a woman is different in those situations, but I would say, you can't base your relationship off sex. Now, I wouldn't say that sex is, to me, in my eyes, it's a big part of your relationship. So yeah, you have to be compatible on that situation, but my thing is you can't base that off that because you start catching feelings and having feelings
no,
for a
it's
person,
not based
and
off
that this person lying to you and doing all this because he got some good sex. You allowing him,
but
to
sometimes that's where the
all
feelings start.
I get
through
it.
the sex,
because
sometimes you can be turned on by a person based off how they look. That's the first thing, appearance. That's what you see.
That's the physical attraction.
Yeah,
that's going to be possibly
yeah.
the first thing that you see. Because if you see a motherfucker walk up to you and he or she don't look to your acceptance, then you might not talk to him.
Exactly.
Unless
you're right.
Something come out their mouth that convince you to be like, okay, well, let me look beyond this. Because sometimes it does. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You can see a person that's not super attractive, but just dressed really neat and fine and all that. So it's like, okay, well, let me see, what the conversation like now. You know what I'm saying? So it leads from you knowing that this person not really, really physically attractive to you, but at the same time they dressed okay.
But my thing is, because it's not even about that person could dress all day. They could dress good all day,
because you have to find something that's
make
gonna
you
allow you to
more.
At least move to the next step. Like, okay, if a person that that's not attractive to you come and say something to you, what's gonna have you to overlook that? Because my thing is, in life is about compromise. You might get a person, everybody ain't gonna be perfect. You might get a person that's not super, super, super handsome as you want him to be, but he dressed good, he smell good, he keeps himself up, or whatever the case may be, just ain't got the look. Right. But he got everything else. You gon' not allow this man to treat you like the queen that you should be because he don't look a certain way that you say he should look, far as facial.
Yeah, and
because
vice
my thing
versa,
is,
yeah.
at the same time, even if it's clothing type thing, if this man, he look decent, he can he just can't dress. Can you come in his life and help him, show him a little couple of things? My thing is, you gonna not date a person or try to go to the next level with a person because of what they dress or how they look?
Listen, everybody don't have it all. There's no perfect God that make us that way. There's no perfect, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's about, like you said, are you able to compromise or, deal with whatever it is, type of flaws that this person have, or whatever the case may be. Like you said, he may be a good looking man, but then he may not have no money. How do you compare with that?
That's
he may
different.
Love you, right? But he may can't.
I'm saying,
he may can't. I'm
that's
not gonna say
different with
afford.
a
I would
money
say
type of
provide.
situation. I'm talking about.
But it's all in different aspects because
Yes,
you
but the
trying
point,
to figure a person
the
out
bigger,
that
the
you
bigger
want to be
situation.
with.
Listen, the bigger situation is, if a person that you digging, lying to you and you know it, then my thing is you moving into a relationship, then a person lying to you. It ain't gonna go nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about, different little, things about your life that, possibly
That could be
change.
changed. Yeah, you're right.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about being dishonest and, doing other things, dipping and dabbling in other things, and you not being honest with this person.
Exactly.
So that's a deal breaker. That's something that like, see, that's the whole thing. We, as people, sometimes get ourselves wrapped up in stuff and we know it ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You gotta know.
Yeah,
you know that ain't right. Like I said, use that person for what it is, and man, you gotta know that you gotta move on and cause this all about being for self and being able
and what
to
makes
love
you
self
happy.
and being able to make self happy. Because when you make self happy, you can make your mate happy. You can make people around you happy too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make nobody happy if you not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you trying to fighting and trying to hide that you sad. So how could you even make somebody else happy? Which it can be done, but it's
no.
hard.
I mean, my thing is no, it can't be done because if you're not happy for self, then it's no way that you can be happy for other people, and you can't see the light of things. Everything starts with self as far as happiness.
Jealous. A lot of people want to be in relationships. A lot of people want better for their life. So you telling me they gonna be mad or jealous about other people that's doing good because they not? No, that's not how it goes. You
some of them do.
Yeah, a lot of people do, but that's not the right way. You supposed to cheer people on and be happy for people.
Exactly,
even if
and you
not
should.
happy.
My thing is love wins all the time. Love wins all the time. I keep saying it. Love wins all the time. Yes, it do. And my thing is you should be happy for people because that will allow your blessings to come into your life. That what allows things to, move forward for you. And some people don't even understand the spiritual replication of things, but this is really how you get your blessings, praying for other people, being happy for other people, spreading love, because at the end of the day, most things that people need don't cost them a dime. That the other person that can give them, God just made it in that way. As far as love, respect, loyalty, care, honesty, all these things that you cannot buy, but God made it a way where people can give it to each other.
But listen, people do what they do because sometimes what they go through in life, and I know that because I, had to deal with things because women that I've dealt with, always, it's like everybody go through something. Somebody, they done been hurt. Everybody been hurt before.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, we could be, my thing is, it's okay to mention a little bit about, our personal life because I've been hurt to the point as well. My trust factor was messed up.
Exactly. And you have to, deal with certain things too. You know, it's crazy because you have to deal as a mate. If you love this person and you trying to start a relationship, sometimes you have to take on certain things that your mate then went through because you understand, all right, man, she done been through this and this happened, and let me kind of, figure out how I can help, as opposed to getting mad or not understanding about it. You know what I'm saying? Because at that same time, you might have went through something, and when it's time for you to, break down what's something going on with you, and your mate, it's time for your mate to, all right, look, okay, well, he told me that. But see, that's when it comes from communication. You have to tell out, look, I done been through this, man. I done did this.
Make
this
your
happened,
mate
this
aware
happened.
of what it is
And
that things have happened to you. So therefore, they, when you make your mate aware of the things that have happened to you, they learning not what not to do to hurt you. You understand what I'm saying? That right there, I'm going to repeat it again. When you tell your mate personal things that have happened to you in your life, they learn you so they know not to hurt you. And that's so important because if you holding something that's deep down inside, the thing about it is, I think that you should tell your mate everything. That's just my personal opinion. I have not always felt like this, but I've grown to know that, hey, it's okay to be truthful and honest in a relationship. It's okay to tell them what you want and not be afraid of the answer.
I think so too. But I'm gonna tell you something, and I know what a lot of you listeners is gonna say. It's kind of hard because at the end of the day, you don't know if you even gonna be with that person, and you want that person to hold that on, as you're going. But my thing is, that's where the trust factor come in. And, if you gotta know certain things, everything is a level with things that you tell them. Like, my thing is, it ain't just like, soon as you start dating this person and you just come out and tell them everything that's going on. No, it ain't that. It's levels. It's levels. My thing is, you know where things build. It should be, every, couple of months or whatever, have a, fast your relationship is going. You should have different type of updates on what's going on in life.
Yeah.
And,
how you feeling?
How, what's going on. And, my thing is, certain things may come out as,
Yeah, ladies, check his temperature.
Yeah, and I ain't just talking about, women too.
Yeah, men, check her temperature.
Been through something. Man. She might have been through something that she don't even want to tell you. She might not tell you in the beginning of a relationship, but as months go through and you continue to, be there for her, and you the man that you supposed to be, she
want to build with you.
And
yeah,
the
she
same
begin
thing,
to
vice
open.
versa. And you should open up to her and let her know certain things, because it's like, okay, once you see things getting serious, okay, look, in our case, we grew up together, so it gets to a point where all the women want to know, hey, who you dealt with, because I don't want to be looking stupid type stuff. So, okay, so now you
no woman want to be out there looking stupid. So now
you have to reveal certain things to this woman because, okay, look, I got to tell her the truth. And my thing is, as far as listen, my thing is, this is us building a relationship. So, when I tell you something that you ask me, knowing that I ain't cheated on you, I ain't did nothing to you, you asking me something about my past, I'm gonna tell you the truth. My thing is,
and
if
ladies,
you didn't want to hear
it,
you shouldn't ask.
Wait a minute, let me just reiterate on that, and I'm gonna let you pick it back up. Ladies, when you ask to know the truth of this man past or different women that he dealt with, it should not start no argument or change the vibe towards him, because my thing is, had he had kept these things from you, you will probably be feeling the same way. But you got to respect him for being honest, because this is something that you ask, and I think that you should ask. See, a lot of people beat around the truth because they don't want to be hurt. They don't want to be hurt. And the thing about it is, when you dealing with somebody that you've grown up with, you know that it's a possibility that they could have dealt with different peers or whatever. But that's no reason for y'all to divide, get upset, or give any of that any energy. You know, ladies, it's just you informed now, you know. So that way, when that woman out there speaking to y'all, you know, hey, like as if you don't know, you already know. It ain't nothing that's hidden. It ain't nothing sneaky that she can try to pull because he done already made you aware of her. And you being self-assured, knowing that your man love you and only you, and you got that self-confidence, you don't have to worry about whatever it was in his past. And I'm going to let you, you know, pick that back
and that's
up.
just vice versa. My thing is, you know, being honest about your past is very, very, very detrimental to your relationship. So with that being said, just tell the truth, because at the end of the day, it's the past. And if you can't accept me for who I am and what because I think I'm telling you the truth. You ask me a question, I'm telling you the truth. Now, yeah, it may hurt or it may feel some type of way for a second, but when you take it all in and understand that this was before you,
then
you kind of be like, okay, well, listen.
You can't get upset about nothing before you. You had no control over that. That wasn't your time.
Exactly. You know, on both ends. So my thing is, I don't even think about that.
What the motto is, focus on the right now and your future, because that's what matters.
But, you know, at the end of the day, on both ends, because, you know, I've wanted to know certain things on my end, you know, and at the end of the day,
here we go, listeners.
Yeah, you know, my thing is, if you asking me a certain question, shit, I want to know certain things too now. So, you know, it ain't no hard feelings or nothing like that, because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm grown. I know that it was people before me. And that shit is what it is. Ain't no, you know, we
okay.
Wrong.
So I'm gonna touch on the situation because, you know, a lot of people, some people can't get over that. You know, some people, and the thing about it is, I'm not speaking on us, because at the end of the day, I don't care about nobody that you dealt before me, because at the end of the day, what we have now is what we have now. But as I was saying, you know, like, how do you know, how do you get in the stem of things when you know that you just, okay, I'm a lay it out on the outline. Okay, I love this person. You know, the sex and everything is good. You know what I'm saying? He cool, but at the same time, I don't think that he ready for a commitment, such as yourself. When me and you know, got involved or whatever, I will be honest with our listeners to say that I was in love with you first, and I felt like, okay, if I tell him my feelings because I'm seeing, I know that I'm aware that he's with other women, which he aware that I'm with other men, but I'm not feeling the way that how I feel about him. So I don't really want to tell him just yet because I don't want to be hurt. So I held back a little while, but eventually I'm going to tell you listeners that I told him, and I felt the need to tell him because as we get older, who want to play games? Ain't nobody got time. Like when I understood how precious time was, I no longer wanted to waste it. I want to be around somebody that's going to love me and embrace me. And he was doing all these things, but he still had other women. And this is something that was challenging, you know, I would say for me, because I want to let him know how I feel. So, of course, it's challenging to me. This is what's all going on in my head. So, I would say to you, you know what, as a man in your point of view, and you having women just as well as you was dealing with women that, you know, had careers, had their own, such as myself. You know, nobody's in competition, but at the end of the day, I mean, shit, who you gonna be with, you know?
In my situation, because I can't speak up on everybody, but I'm gonna say in my situation, when I was dating you and I was dating other women, because we was both dating, you know, I was actually looking for someone to actually be with. You know, now you have men that's just playing games out there. So, like I said, I can't speak upon those men. I'm speaking upon
commitment.
me and my path on what I was looking for. I was looking for someone to be with. But of course, I was a popular guy. So of course I was dating multiple women. And you know, my thing is, back in the last segment when I stated that women have like 85% control of the relationship, being as though,
because if I say it
a
ain't
man,
happening, it ain't happening.
exactly. Not only that, no, listen, a man ain't gonna too much step up when I got the, you know, listen, me in my situation is even, you know, even better, but worse, I would say, because
How so?
I was allowing, listen, I was dating and I was telling the women the truth.
Okay, yeah, you didn't
So
lie.
with that being said, how long could I have strung this along if I really wanted to? I'm dating, but I'm dating multiple women. I'm letting them know, like, look, man, I'm trying to figure this out, da da da. But at the same time, I'm still dating multiple
You saying
women.
how long you was able to string
I'm
it
able
on?
to, exactly. My thing
you
is,
was able to string it along as long
as
I allowed it
the
before I
woman
stepped up. Yeah.
step up. That's why I say the woman has 85% control of the relationship.
Yeah,
If she stepped, no, listen, in our relationship, it didn't really take too much long. It took a month and a half, maybe. I don't even think it was that long. You know, for you to, you know, kind of step up and like, oh, look, I feel some type of feelings for you.
So
like,
you
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
set it all raw, real, and uncut. But go
because
ahead.
at the end of the day, my thing is, you don't know how I felt about you. I probably felt the same about you, the same amount of time that you felt. You know, but because I'm a man, and like you said, what a man do? He lustful. He gonna continue this situation as long as he can. Even though in my head I am looking for a woman, and when that woman steps up and be like, look, you've been dating. I've been allowing you to date. So when is it time for you to figure out what it is you want? Because this is what we conversated about, right?
And say, yeah. Now I step in and say that, hey, you know, I've been through enough crap out my life. You know, my daughter's father passed away. Then I wound up getting in a relationship with someone that was very brief. But then at the same time, now this person is incarcerated and I'm getting time enough to know myself. At the time, I had friends to take my mind off this and, you know, just doing other things, playing games. Now, I told myself that I wasn't falling in love again because, see, one thing about a woman, she don't want to be used and she don't want to be played to nobody's fool. So with that being said, I knew that I had a thing for you when we started back dating. But I also was seeing you on social media with different women. So I'm like, okay, so I know how could I move in this situation, because at the end of the day, you had women, let's keep it real now with this real raw and uncut. You had women that were willing to take care of you, set you up in a situation where you would be the man for you that they would want you to be. Now, me on my end, I'm just good old fashioned straight loving you. And from my part, ladies, I've always been a woman about her coin. Hello? So I wanted to try something different in this relationship. I didn't want nothing from this man because I had already had my own everything. You know, money has never been a problem in my life, but at the same time, you know, like I can understand what some of you ladies feel like, okay, well, I'm not going to let no man lay around on me and, you know, just not provide for me. But at the end of the day, I really don't need you for shit, though. Like, I really don't need you for shit, but just to be there, respect me, you know, give me the good loyalty that I need, you know what I'm saying? Treat me like a queen, and when I say treat me like a queen, meaning that, hey, I'm the only woman in your eyes right now. Make me feel that. Make me know that. You know, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this. We're going to move on, you know, to something else.
Let me iterate with that. You know, my thing is, you know, the type of woman you was, you know, I mean, I was looking for what I was looking for. So when you stepped up, then...
When you step up, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, when you said that you had feelings for me, I, you know, allowed you to say, okay, yeah, I have feelings for you too. So my thing is, it's time for me to time for me to choose. Like she was saying, I had multiple women that I was dealing with. They was, willing to do whatever, But my thing is, I'm the type of man, I ain't need nothing either. I didn't need nothing. I just want a woman that's gonna have my back and do what I need to do. Just be there for me and to love me for me. I didn't need nothing.
No, you didn't.
So with that being said, we, chose each other because we had different interests other than, just
sex and conversation.
Yeah, my thing is we had different interests that we had, and we kind of pursued our relationship to the point where it's like, okay, well, I got feelings for you. Okay, I got feelings for you. All right, well, let's see where this can go. So my thing is, once that happens, it's time to now cut off the extra stuff.
That's right.
And when that happens, that's the next level. And then from there, that's when you start to try to build trust upon type of trust, and that comes from communication, understanding each other, finding out things that they done been through, and trying to be a person that's gonna help them get through times that may rekindle things that done happened to them.
Yeah, like prime example. I'm gonna reiterate, like prime example. When we first got together, that first month in October, when we let the world know that we were together, we decided to shut social media down. He changed his phone number, and we went missing for maybe about a year, just to kind of work on us, our bond, our communication, and we got to know each other as one.
There's a lot of distractions out there too.
Yes, it is.
And social media is a big distraction, and a lot of people don't understand that. But hey, to each his own. But in our factor, we cut it off because it's a lot of distractions, and it don't allows you to go in a direction that you really want to.
Yeah, because you focus on other things that you should.
A lot of people don't understand. Social media is an entertainment source.
Yes, it is.
It's about entertainment. It's just like watching TV, watching a movie. It's an entertainment. That's why you see people doing all this extra stuff on their fraudulent shit. Come on now. It's entertainment, man.
Yeah.
People post pictures and, living their life. It's not a big deal, but people take it as a big deal, and it's not as big as, people seem to be, but
but they blow it up that way though.
It's a distraction in a relationship, and sometimes you might need to get off of it for a while to build your relationship, to build a tighter bond. And then you can go back to it, just like sometimes you may need a break from it anyway, just to get your life on track.
Yeah,
as a single person, if that's the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's not, on no level of just being in a relationship, but, of course, we talking about relationships, and we're talking about how to build relationships, and, just, come into a new relationship and,
become
see
one.
What it is that you want. A lot of things stems off of communication and understanding what you want out of life. Self-love. You have to love yourself first too, because if you love yourself and something don't feel right with a person that you're trying to give yourself to, then you gotta move on.
Because ladies, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the secret, ladies. What turns a man on is the confidence that you have in yourself. And
definitely.
I myself, I'm not perfect. I had to learn this too. So I've been there where a lot of women have been. I've been in a lot of different shoes. A lot of women can relate, because sometimes a man can break you so much. Now, I've dealt with an older man, and we're going to speak on this topic. This was going to keep the conversation going. Dealing with an older man, sometimes they know exactly what to do that will break you mentally, break your spirit, and make you feel like as if, you ain't going to do better. And with that being said, you got to have enough confidence, enough love, enough self-love. And the thing about it is, when you have self-love for yourself, see, when you find self, you find God. And I'm not going to take this conversation into a godly perspective.
I don't think it's no age bracket on, that situation. My thing is, you have negative people, period, that's going to try to
play on a person's mental psyche because they can.
Yeah.
Don't allow, and it's another thing. We're gonna have a topic one day about this. But don't accept no bullshit in your subconscious. Don't allow no one to place nothing on you. They say, "Oh, girl, you look sick," or "Girl, you losing weight," or "Girl, this such a." Don't accept that shit in your subconscious.